Today, we're all in for classic fall baking.
Cake topped with pecans and homemade caramel is a dessert lover's dream come true.
Layers of moist white cake and a delicious caramel icing.
Every bite is sweet autumn goodness.
Sweet, sweet, sweet.
Sweet autumn goodness.
I love it when we make a cake. I mean, it's so fun, and this is one of the best. Okay, so I'm going to get going. We have a couple of things. We've got the batter.
We've got a bunch of things.
Not a bunch, but we've got two. You got the cake and we got the caramel icing.
Yes.
So to make the caramel icing, we got to make caramel.
We'll make caramel.
So let's get going on that because that takes a little more time.
Yes.
So we've got a nice large skillet. Give yourself a few hours to do this. It's fun to do on a Sunday afternoon. So I got a nice large skillet, not on the heat yet. I have got 2 cups of granulated sugar. Now what I'm going to do in this bowl, you can't really see it, but I have got 2 tablespoons of light corn syrup, and I've added to that a 1/4 cup of water, just good old plain tap water. And you want to use like a fork or a spatula to get that nicely incorporated. And it's kind of stuck to my pan a little bit.
Oh,
It's been sitting there for a while as we rehearse that opening. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to pour this directly over the sugar and let it start to absorb. I love making caramel. It takes a little bit of practice, but if you don't overcook it and don't get too adventurous with it right at first, it comes out perfect. So see what we're doing right here is we're just kind of just gently stirring this.
And you're still not on the heat.
Still no heat, not yet, but that's about to change. And now
light corn syrup, did you say?
Light corn syrup with some water.
Okay.
And you're just going to stir it until it really is pretty much absorbed. Okay, now it's time to turn on the heat. So I got my trusty stove top here, and I'm going to turn this to medium high. It's pretty high heat. Now, again, the thing you don't want to do is stir. If you start to, years ago, I used to stir, and then it crystallizes and it becomes like a concrete, basically.
Candy.
Well, like they'll break your tooth. So you don't want to just leave it alone. In a little bit, we're going to start swirling it around just to help it, and then it eventually will turn into this beautiful amber color.
Wow.
Okay, now
I'm glad you're doing that.
It's fun.
So I'm making the batter for the cake, and I have got a cup of butter. Yeah. Everybody loves a cup of butter.
Let me tell you, we butter things up with this cake, but it's the fall. You're supposed to do
And this is a cup and a half?
2 cups.
2 cups, all right. 2 cups of granulated sugar, just like that. Oh, no, you had a cup and a half, I think.
No, I had 2 cups.
Oh, look at us, 2 cups. All right. And what I want to do is cream this. There we go. Cream this butter and sugar together.
So this is easy to do with your stand mixer, and it's
it would be
better
fun if I turned it on.
If you plugged it in. Yeah, that's essential to cooking with your mixer. You can do this with an electric mixer if you wanted to, but you cream that, do it until it's nice and fluffy. How'd I do? Did I kill time for you?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Now you see how it's beginning to bubble a little bit, and that sugar, it just dissolves, and it'll eventually become this clear consistency that is really wonderful. And what I'm going to do is then you start to just do this every now and then, just kind of.
I love that.
Give it a little swirling. So now just let me tell you about, this is a layer cake, so we're doing 3 layers. I love layers. This is, it's like in Shrek when he talked about a parfait, or he said an onion. Anyway, so this is a 9-inch cake pan, straight edge if you can get them, and you want to make it really easy for it to come out of the pan, and for that, so what we did was we just got some cooking spray. You could also use butter, put a little flour in there, hit it get that excess butter out. Oh no, let me back up a little bit before we did that. You want to put parchment paper in there. So I got 3 pieces of parchment paper. I just put the base of that pan. I got to stir this a little, not stir it.
There you go.
Swirl it. I got to swirl. And then I just drew a circle around the base of the pan, cut that circle out. Then I sprayed and floured, put the parchment paper in there, did it again with some spray and flour, get the excess out, and you do that for each pan. That just makes the baking process much, much easier. How you doing over there?
I'm doing good. I'm creaming this butter and sugar. I'm going to get the sides down here so that I can make sure that it's completely creamed.
Yeah. So he's got a few more minutes of that.
I do.
And then we will.
Look at that, you guys.
Yum, yum, yum.
Did I have my mixer set on a good speed, Chris?
Yeah, it should like medium high.
Like that.
That's good.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yay, that looks
that
good.
Is nice. See, it even kind of gets a little more of a pale color.
Oh,
which is
nice.
That's good.
Yum.
And you
All
see
right,
my sugar, melted sugar. It just takes a little time. You got to be patient with
do
it.
you do that thing with your brush? What do you do with that?
Yes. I do that thing with my brush.
Well, you don't want like the crystallized side.
Yeah, so what will happen is you'll notice that little crystals will form on the sides of the pan. I just get a wet brush, this is just water, and just push it down, just so it doesn't crystallize on the side of your pan.
Fabulous.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to keep going. So
Keep moving along.
I've got 4 eggs that I want to incorporate into, is that too high?
No, that's good.
All right, into this. 4 one at a time.
Look at Wesley making a cake. Boy, I tell you, I never thought I'd see that. Now, you want to make sure you get them fully incorporated before you add the next one.
Well, you get me all excited. Hold on, do I need to turn it off and push it down on there?
Okay. You can, it's all right.
Y'all,
He gets excited.
I know.
So you want to make sure each one's fully incorporated before you add the next.
Would it be horrible if I dumped them all in?
It would be horrible. Now you see how my is starting to get that little bit of that amber color?
Yeah, totally.
Starting to get
just right there in the middle there.
in the middle, and you just keep doing this until you get a really beautiful golden color.
All right, I have got eggs in there. I'm just gonna do this because I'm a perfectionist.
Yes,
I want to
especially when it comes to baking.
I want to scooch this stuff down, the egg down in there to make sure it's completely in my mixed together. Okay. Now, Chris, when do I start doing the flour?
Well, you're going to. So you have how much? What do you have here?
That's 3 cups of flour. When do I start doing that? Now?
Yes, you have. That's 3 cups of self-rising flour. That's an important distinction.
All right, 3 cups of self-rising flour.
Yes.
And I'm going to do a third of this and then a half of this milk, which is a cup of milk. And then I'm going to do another third of this and add the rest of that milk. And then I'm going to add the end of this.
It's actually buttermilk.
Oh, gosh, Chris. Oop, there we go, people.
Okay, yeah. Just it's going to make a little bit of a mess, but that's okay. You can turn it down a little bit.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Yeah. Then I'm going to do.
And it doesn't have to be absolutely perfectly measured. You're going to put approximately a third of the flour, approximately half of the buttermilk, approximately another third.
All right.
This is what helps make it nice and moist and fluffy.
There we go. It's snowing.
I tell you.
All right. Now I'm going to do the rest of. Is that about?
That's good.
Okay.
Yeah, you're fine.
The rest of the buttermilk.
Yeah. It's making a lovely batter. Let's turn it on.
Yeah. Okay.
So see, if the Loon can make this classic fall cake, you're going to have no problem whatsoever.
All right. There we go.
Look at my amber.
That's wonderful.
It's like a dust storm over here.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Okay.
Let me get the sides.
That's looking really, really good.
Do I need to keep doing the sides and stuff like that?
You're good.
Okay.
You're good.
Let's see. Wow. Okay, Chris. How's it
Okay,
looking?
so it's good. You got one more ingredient that you're going to
Oh,
add in.
gosh. That's right. A little vanilla. Mm-hmm. So I've got
It's 2 teaspoons.
2 teaspoons of vanilla.
Who needs a recipe when I've got that?
If y'all had just a Chris standing next to you in the kitchen, we would all be fabulous.
I would be much more gentle with you than I am with him. Okay, I think that's good. So I need to let this go. I want this to get a really nice dark flavor because it gives it that classic caramel hue. You want it to be almost like brown. So it's getting close. This is one of those things that's just like magic before your eyes. So this is probably just a few more minutes, and then that looks good, Wes. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Am I not moving on?
Yeah, go ahead and move on. Why not?
Okay.
Why stop now?
All right.
I mean, the adventure just continues. I'll tell you that much.
Yes, the adventure continues.
The adventure, it's the greatest story I ever told.
I know. I normally keep my workspace very clean.
Do you?
Yes.
I must have been absent that day.
All right, so I want to, this is the hard, this is where it's not hard, I get concerned.
Don't be concerned.
That I'm not going to.
You have a spatula.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much. That I don't put it, I don't evenly put in each layer.
you again eyeball it.
All right.
You want to do approximately a third of the batter in each one. Do a little bit each time you go, and you're going to be a-okay. This is getting so close. I'm so excited about this. The next thing that we do to this is really, it's like physics.
Okay, I've got
I
this.
gotta heat this up.
All right, now I'm just gonna pour, Chris.
Okay.
Get a little in
Pour,
here.
baby, pour. Okay, this is getting so close. I think it's actually. How are you doing?
I got these, I think, as even as I can.
It's okay. It's okay. Now you see how this is a beautiful amber color. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay.
That happened like lickety split.
Not really. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes, and just you want it on medium high heat. But just I swirled away. Okay. So now I have got a. This is a stick of butter. That's a half a cup of chilled butter. This is. Not room temperature, and I'm just going that I've cubed. I've been keeping it in the fridge, and I'm going to put it in here. Now this is where you may start to think, wow, what's this thing doing? It's really bubbling, and it almost looks a little violent. But don't be scared. It's normal. And because that's hot liquid there. And so you're going to stir this. Now remember the heat. The heat is off. It is hot. It's hot caramel. Stir this until that butter is melted. Now I have got some warm, heavy cream here. I just heated it up in the microwave while Wesley was pouring out his batter. See, that's really starting to get that beautiful caramel color. Now we are going to, you don't want to put cold cream in because it'll freeze up on you. So now we're just going to stir in this cup of warm, heavy cream and keep stirring. You want to keep stirring to keep it a nice, smooth consistency. And if it does start to kind of get lumpy on you and not look the way it should, which is smooth and caramelly, then you can just put it back over heat, and those lumps should work themselves out. But this is looking good.
I think I hope I did a good job of distributing these guys.
You did, and it's got the, it's the self-rising flour, so it's good. It is going to rise as it bakes.
It's going to even itself out too.
It's going to even itself out.
I've just been.
You've been what?
I've been.
You're good. You're not frosting the batter. Okay, so this is going to end up being one of the longest videos we've ever done. But we have our oven preheated to 350 degrees.
Okay.
Okay, boy, you're very thorough with that.
Well, I get nervous.
I know you do. What are you doing? Oh, the Loon technique.
Right,
look at my
camera. Put these in?
Yeah, that look good.
That looks gorgeous. Oh, y'all. All right.
Yes. So, and if it a little sticks to the bottom, that's okay. What we're going to do is we're going to just let this cool now for about an hour until it's really cool. You did it. Wow, you did it. And we're going to come over here and just stir it every, maybe every 10, 15 minutes, just so it doesn't stick. Smells like cake.
It smells really good.
It smells like fall cake.
It smells better because I made it.
That's true. That's why it smells so good. Oh, look at that.
Oh, y'all.
So we've let those go for about 26 minutes, I want to say, and let's do the old toothpick.
Here, make sure people can see.
Okay, let's do it. I want to make sure everyone can see.
Do it on that one there.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect, clean as a whistle. Now look at my caramel here. Isn't that beautiful? That's just classic caramel.
I could take a bath on that caramel.
I know. You want to let this continue to cool. So we're gonna just let these cool for another probably at least 30 minutes.
We're gonna let these cool.
We're gonna let those cool for 10 minutes. Or just let them rest in their pans.
And then we're gonna flip them over.
Then we're gonna invert them, and that's always like hope and pray. But they should come right out.
They look great.
And then we need to let them completely cool before we make that icing and ice it, and then devour it. Okay, it is time to bring this cake together.
I am so ready for it.
I know, I love it. So we let those cool for about 10 minutes. Then we got a sharp knife, just went around the edges of them to help them kind of free away from the pan. Flipped them over onto a wire rack, easy peasy, came right out.
Yeah, and then I took, I love this. When Chris first bought this years ago, this wooden platter, I thought, what?
Oh, the plate.
Yes,
Yeah.
this wooden platter.
You can't really see it because it looks like a tree, from a tree.
A stump. But I was like, what are we supposed to do that? But it's perfect for this autumnal cake. Anyway, so I got some parchment paper, and I just slid it underneath there because I'm going to frost it directly on here, and this will kind of keep it a little
Keeps
less
it tidy.
messy.
Yeah,
yes.
So
and
now,
then I've got my lazy Susan to help me.
him spin it. He loves that. So I've got I let my caramel completely cool, and it thickens as it cools, obviously. And so we're going to take about 1/3 a cup off to the side here.
You got it?
Yeah,
okay.
off to the side here, and I'm going to keep that for decorating the top, because we got to do that.
Yeah, better keep that out of my sight too.
I know. This caramel is so good on ice cream. And it's really good in this icing too. So now, okay, we good? We're going to make the icing. We have got a large bowl with a cup of butter. I told you this thing is buttery. But that's what makes it so delicious. It's our, guys, it is the holidays, let's just say it. And it's okay to have a little extra butter during the holidays.
Yeah, I think caramel is the actual fruit for the holidays.
Is it? Okay, I'll buy that. All right, so now, if you want to take that, thank you.
I got it.
I got my little electric mixer that I've had forever. And that butter is softened. So that's really important.
I didn't do anything.
No, I know. It's impossible not to get a little taste sample.
Oh.
Isn't that beautiful?
Oh, look at that. That's...
That right there, I know. Put that on some waffles.
Ooh.
I know. Okay, so now we've got that nicely incorporated. Now this big old tub of confectioner's sugar or powdered sugar. Yeah, if you want to help me dump it in there. We're going to do this in stages until it's fully incorporated. Okay, so that was 5 cups of confectioner's sugar or powdered sugar. And it's gonna be, you want it to be...
you want to drop them in there? No, you're all right.
No, I'm gonna do it. You want it to be just where it can spread nicely onto the, the cake. You don't want it, thin or runny. And so I've got probably, now this next part I usually eyeball. This is heavy cream. I'm going to do probably about 1/4 cup that I'm going to add in there. And it just
makes it nice and luxurious.
Luxurious and easy to spread onto that cake. Again, you don't want it so thin that it's going to make the cake, that it's going to drip off the cake.
Or so thick that it tears apart the cake.
It tears apart the cake, yeah. So you are like our icing king. What do you think? That's pretty good.
Ooh, yeah. Let's give it one more quick little run around in there, and then we're good to go.
Okay.
There we go.
This is so festive.
All right.
Okay.
All right, y'all.
Here we go.
I'm going to begin.
Stand back.
Not that. Stop. You're making me nervous.
No, you're going to do great. You love it, and you do good with it.
All right, y'all. I'm going to frost this cake. Oh.
I'm going to frost this baby. You did an amazing job. Look at you. You really,
Y'all, that cake, it takes a while to frost a 3-layer cake. It does.
Always make people feel, well, then I don't want to do it.
No.
It's fun to do.
It's fun. You get your juices going. You get all into your creative.
I know. It's just fun to get creative. I do have to say that I love this cake holder. It's not even really a cake holder. It just takes me back. In case you didn't know, I was on Guy's Groceries Games, the competition on Food Network a few years ago. And my first dish that I made, which they loved, was chicken fried steak.
Yes.
And they had this whole array of, however you want to serve it. Well, I saw these like this, and I was like, oh, I got to serve my chicken fried
giant piece of wood.
Yeah. So then I saw this later. I know you're going to say, well, where'd you get this? And I don't remember. I think I got it. There's a place here in the States called Home Goods. They're all over the place. So now we're going to, anyway, enough of that. So now we're going to decorate the beauty of this cake.
You stay in the middle, and I'll do little bits on the outers.
We're doing just a mound of pecans here on top because you can't get much more autumnal than that.
Yeah, and I'm just going to do some pieces.
He's going to go along the sides.
Look at the top, Chris. That's where you can see how centered we are with our mound of...
Yeah, it's perfect. It's beautiful. Okay.
That's gorgeous.
So, okay.
Now the fun part.
Yeah, so just, make it look
All right,
nice.
enough
Now,
of this. Come on, let's get with the caramel.
are you nuts? So now I'm going to take this caramel that I love so much, and you're just going to just have fun with it and just drizzle it over the side. And
Through the middle.
Through the middle, over the nuts. This is what really just brings it all together. It goes from being like, oh, that's a pretty cake, to like, wow, that is a beautiful cake.
Yes!
I'm so excited.
Applause, applause, applause.
Da, da, da.
Come on, make sure you get in the front. There you go.
You have this sitting, during, I don't know, during
Right
the
here,
holidays. Hit it. During the holidays.
Okay, good.
And you have this sitting out, and your guests are going to be like, oh my gosh, did you have that professionally made? Like, no, I made it.
Right here's a good place where everybody can see.
Okay.
There,
Oh, here we
perfect.
go. Slicing my first slice.
Oh,
You know how
good. You're good.
Cakes are easier to do than pie, I find. Okay.
Yeah, thank you for not being chintzy with my
Yeah, I am
slice.
not. I'm giving you a nice heaping helping of this pot cake. Okay, come on.
Come on. I can come to you, Chris. I'll come to you. There we go. Oh, yeah!
Yeah, there. Look at that.
Y'all, I think you just won the state fair.
Another thing, this takes me back. When I was a kid, my favorite thing in the world during this time of the year was always around my birthday, was to go to our cakewalk that they would have at like
Chris,
fair.
Your fingers.
Oh, my fingers. And the cakewalk was just my favorite activity. Well, I had to help get it out. Oh, look at that.
You guys. Oh, I don't know if you can see the layers in there.
No. All right.
I hate to ruin it.
No, I know.
Oh, I got to get some of that top.
Oh, that cake. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, and that icing. It's so more.
I wouldn't mind just a little drizzle over there.
I know. I should have made even saved even a little more.
Wow.
It's a combination of like the white. It's just your standard white cake. It's moist. It's flavorful, and then you got that like caramel
It is
sweet
so
icing.
fluffy. That cake is so good. Oh, Chris.
It just screams, I don't know, holidays, fall baking. I'm mutilated the middle of it. There we go. No, uh-oh.
That caramel,
It's that icing, I know.
the caramel, but with the icing, it almost like makes a maple kind of taste to it as well. Y'all need to make this cake. Just make one layer if you want to.
You can do 9 by 13, but the layer is fun.
That is 100,000% Loon approved.
Yeah! All right, we have kicked off
You need
the
to give this
holidays.
to the neighbors because this can't stay around in our house.
We have kicked off the holidays in the best manner by making a cake.
Yes.
So, we love you guys.
Get a blanket, start a fire, make a cake, kiss your loved one.
And get ready, we got a lot more coming your way. All right, bye everybody, we love you.